say remix.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to United View. Welcome back to another match view fresh off the Netherlands being the first team to qualify for the FIFA World Cup 2022 quarterfinals in Qatar. We're back for another match view this evening. The second game of the last 16, the second game of the knockout stage in this FIFA World Cup. It is Argentina battling off against Australia. Yes, do we have another upset on our cards? Lionel Messi is playing his 1,000th career game this evening. Also his 100th game in which he has captained Argentina as well. Argentina, the heavy favourites, but this is a World Cup filled with shocks. So could we see another one this evening? The last time I did a match view talking about Argentina, watching Argentina, they lost. Now, you know me, I believe in the jinx. So tonight we could be seeing a big name crash out of the tournament. Of course, this would be one of the biggest shocks in World Cup history. Realistically, it's the first time since 2006 that Australia have even made it to the knockout stages of the World Cup. So very, very much against all odds, this could happen, but anything is possible. As I mentioned, Argentina did lose to Saudi Arabia earlier in the tournament. So who knows what we'll see this evening. So appreciate you all joining me, guys. Be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe, bottom right hand corner. Remember, you can join the UV Members Club as well. Links in the video description. It's also the pinned comment in the live chat. But of course, before we get into this match view, this stream is brought to you by Fresh Ego Kid, Fresh Ego FC. Will be for the third year facilitating their annual community give back for Campaign for Change to provide an essential hamper and gifts to families from low income, vulnerable and at-risk families. This year, Fresh Ego FC is partnering with Anthony Joshua's charity Clean Herts Community. This year, especially with global inflation and fuel poverty, those families, along with other families, will struggle to provide the basics this Christmas and holiday period. Last year, through donations, Fresh Ego FC was able to give back to 120 families. This year, they expect to be supporting more than 350 families. So a real great cause. If you wish to donate or get involved, links in the video description. But also, here's a message from AJ himself to provide some more details on this fantastic cause.
People, I hope you're good. So the festive period is fast approaching, and what I've come to realize is that a lot of people are actually unsure on how to kind of connect with communities and give back. So what I've done is my organization has teamed up with another organization to do some projects where we're going to be doing community work and spending time in communities and doing some give back projects, right? So we want to raise some funds, we want to get some items because it's going to be rolled out across the whole year as well. This ain't just a one-stop shop. So if you want to get involved, follow the link, follow the Instagram page, the social pages for more info, and your help will be appreciated. We'll be there, I'll be there. It'll be a big community day. Don't worry about that, Leaf. And yeah, we appreciate your support fully, yeah? God bless, be safe, and I'll catch up with you all soon.
Words from AJ himself, Anthony Joshua. As I mentioned, if you do want to get involved, if you wish to donate, links to the Just Giving pages in the video description, or if you just want to find out more about how you can help a well-worthy cause, all the information's in the video description, so get involved there. And once again, thanks to Fresh Ego FC for bringing you this stream this evening. Right, guys, yes, let's get into some team news as we are about, 10 minutes or so away from Argentina kicking off against Australia in the last 16 knockout stages of the FIFA World Cup. Some team news. Argentina, I'm furious because Lisandro Martinez is not starting. The Butcher is on the bench. Don't put the Butcher on the bench. How dare you? Now, in goal, they have Martinez. They have a back four of Molina, Romero, Otamendi. I mean, come on. It's 2022. They're picking Otamendi over Lisandro Martinez. They're insane. They deserve to be punished. They've also got Acuna playing. They have Rodrigo de Paul, Fernandez, who of course has been very good in this tournament, McAllister, who's also been scoring recently for Argentina in midfield, a front three of Papu Gomez, also Alvarez, and of course that captain, number 10, Lionel Messi. For Australia, you have a 4-4-2 seemingly. In goal, they have Ryan. They have a back four of, and I'm going to butcher these names, Bakic, Rouse, Suter, and Deganek. Midfield four of Bakus, Irvin, Moy, and Leckie, and a front two of Mitchell Duke and McGee also as well. But I mean, Starlord puts it right there. No Butcher, no party. It's an absolute disgrace. It's a cheat. And I hope the same thing happens to them, to be honest. I hope the same thing happens to them that happened when this happened before. which was against, ironically enough, Saudi Arabia. They played with that back two combination of Romero and Otamendi, and they lost the game. And they had to bring on Lisandro Martinez, but by that point it was too late. So no butcher, no party. It's an absolute disgrace. Cheat. And look, it might come back to bite them. Look, again, the expectation, and one would think that Argentina are going to easily win this game, one would think, but anything's possible. You never know. But looking at it from a positive point of view, Red Baron says, but we won't have to worry that Martinez gets injured and or fatigued as United fans. Well, absolutely. You know, whilst we also want to see the best from the players at Manchester United, I suppose, looking at it from a different perspective, that Red Baron's looking at it there, with them not playing, you know, they're going to be fresh, they come back and they can come straight into the Manchester United side, because let's face it, we're going to need them. And speaking of Manchester United, next week, you know us, it's United View. We cover everything Manchester United. Next week, we are going to have live match views from inside UVHQ for both of Manchester United's friendlies out there in Spain. The first one against Cadiz and also against Real Betis, that being Wednesday and Saturday. We'll be live in UVHQ. I'll be there with a plethora of guests as always, and we'll be watching Manchester United hopefully do some impressive performances in this little World Cup break. So that's all coming next week. Plus, of course, I'll be live tomorrow for England's foray into the last 16 of the World Cup 2. England facing Senegal. We've also got latest Manchester United news coming up. So now's the time to subscribe. I know there's a lot going on. I know there's lots of different moving parts, although there's not a lot of people doing World Cup content and football content at the moment. But remember, Manchester United will be returning later on this month. A packed schedule between now and the end of the season. So now's the time to subscribe and you won't miss a single thing. We're going to be covering it all. You know us here at United View, we'll be covering it all. Flex is still out there in Qatar as well. So we're going to be getting updates from Fleck out there in Doha, as well as, you know, World Cup coverage, Manchester United coverage. So we've got it all covered here. That's an interesting stat. I'm just seeing this on the screen. BBC saying most distance covered at walking pace. The most was Lewandowski at 5,202 meters. The second was Lionel Messi at walking pace. And the thing is, stuff like that, when you get older, you have to conserve your energy. And two, Messi scored goals at this tournament. He's also missed a penalty. That penalty that he got against Poland was just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Neil from New Zealand, I think I know where this one's going, says, come on Argentina, who wants that upside down lot to win? Sorry, Skip. Keenan says, big up, Owen. Big up yourself. Appreciate you joining me this evening, joining all of us this evening. Joel says, big ups from your boy in San Diego, California. Appreciate you on the West Coast there in the United States. Owen, that would be my comment. AB says, Owen, when you say Osimhen to Manchester United, please check his injury record. 40 games missed in the last 365 days. Be careful what you wish for. Price tag also. No, it's absolutely something to consider. I don't think we'd be going after Osimhen until the summer anyway, but that might be something that Erik ten Hag considers. I mean, we only say Osimhen because that's really the striker we've been linked to next year. Another name may rear its head. I mean, this time last year, who was saying Darwin Núñez? Not a lot of people. Especially like Liverpool fans or what have you. So there's plenty of time to go between now and the summer. And frankly, Manchester United might look like a completely different club by the time the summer transfer window opens. We don't even know who our owners are going to be by that point. We might be this unbelievably wealthy, owned club that's going to go for the biggest players in the world. So I think the summer transfer targets, we can talk about positions that we need, but players, who knows? Again, so much can and will change between now and the summer. I really do think that. Starlord says, who saw the women's game today? I'm telling you now, we've got a good women's team. They will win a trophy this year. Yes, we spoke about this earlier on. Of course, congratulations to the Manchester United women's side, winning 5-0 against Aston Villa at Old Trafford. They're now top of the women's Super League there as well. I think they're level on points of Arsenal, so could be a massive season, and fantastic work there being done. The players are just walking out onto the pitch. I'll put my headphones in, or earphones in, get that right from earlier on. Hopefully it goes better than it did earlier. These took ages to work. Yes, I have noise. Excellent. We're just about to have the national anthems of both Argentina and Australia there as well. And let's go. World Cup knockout football, anything can and will happen. So this is going to be very exciting. And it's all about Messi this evening. Will he show up? That is the question. And to be honest, the Argentina games so far in this tournament have been eventful, to say the least. They've been eventful, and I don't expect any different this evening. as the Argentina national anthem begins to play. What are we thinking, though? Put your predictions in the chat. Let me know where you're watching from as well. You get your comments up on the screen as always. I think it's going to be... You know what? I really don't know, because I don't know what Argentina's going to show up. Angel Di Maria doesn't start for Argentina today. He's on the bench. They've got a strong bench, though, don't they? You know, Tagliafico, Paredes, Di Maria, even their goalkeeper, John Maruli, Palacios, Correa, Paulo Dybala, Lautaro Martinez, Lisandro Martinez. They've made changes. AB says, no Lisandro, no party, let's go Australia. Absolutely. Absolutely, no doubt about that. First of all, if you don't play Lisandro Martinez, you deserve to lose. 2, if Argentina go home, 1 less side for England to worry about. And 2, Lisandro Martinez can go back to Manchester and get fit for the remainder of the season. So, absolutely. Nikhil says, tuning in from New Zealand. Big up her, Mr. Reliable. Big up yourself. Appreciate you tuning in from all the way in New Zealand. As the Australian national anthem begins to play. As I always said, if I was an international player, I'd sing my national anthem. Of course, you got to. You got to belt it out. It doesn't matter if you're a bad singer. I mean, did you hear me sing Flex's Happy Birthday with Marcel the other day? It was horrific. It really was horrific. But it's all about hyping you up, getting your emotion going, getting the blood flowing. Aaron Moy, of course, used to play for Huddersfield and Manchester City. I think he plays in China at the moment, I think. Or he did play in China. But I mean, look, again, big game for Australia. Haven't made it to a knockout stage since 2006. Plenty of years ago. Now's the time. Now's the moment. Come on, Australia. Let's go for an upset this evening, folks. I feel it in my bones. Obviously, look, Argentina got great players. They do. But I still haven't been blown away by them. Now, obviously, that doesn't matter because you can peak at any time, you can get better at any time, you can improve at any time. You don't really want to play your best football in the group stage. You want to be, once you start getting into the knockout stages, you want to start building momentum then. But I have not been blown away. I think back to that first game against Saudi Arabia and I thought they were poor. And even in the games after that, I still think they weren't great. So, I don't think we can rule things out. Matt Ryan, the captain for Australia, captain for Argentina. Lionel Messi in his 100th game just as captain of Argentina. It's insane. Let's get a poll in the chat saying who advances to the quarter finals? Argentina or Australia? Red Baron with the super chat, appreciate the contribution as always, says, next time Marcel is on, can you ask him why he has the logic of moving De Gea on for a new modern goalkeeper, wants to get Harry Kane who is older? Well, Red Baron, the thing is when it comes to Marcel and logic, it's very difficult. Very, very challenging. The one thing I can say about Marcel, having spent some time with him off air and spoken to him a lot off air, is that is not a put on. He is that guy. He is incessantly positive. He follows Manchester United around the entire country. He believes in his views. And even if you say he's crazy or what you're talking about is nonsense, he doesn't care. It's water off a duck's back for him. And you got to love him for it. You do. Such a positive, great guy. Really, truly is. Big up, Marcel. Wherever you are. And if you haven't followed him on Twitter, follow him. Marcel 11 or 10. Some of his tweets are wild. All caps. All caps, Marcel. But we're just about to kick off inside the stadium. Just waiting for the official go from the FIFA official. Just waiting for their countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're off. We're underway. Yes. It's Argentina versus Australia. They say it's 4 a.m. in Argentina at this point. Oh. What time is it in Cranbrook? Starlord says Argentina bench is stronger than their starting 11. That's the beauty of football, Starlord. Speaking of which, have you seen the Guardians of the Galaxy 3 trailer? Ooh, that's going to make me cry, I think. I say that. Don't cry at films. It's going to be sad, though. Here come Argentina. Got to start strong, do Australia. Start on the front foot. Aim to get an early goal. Anything's possible. To be honest, it didn't matter if you don't get the first goal. Argentina got the first against Saudi Arabia, and it didn't work out. Olivia says, is Martinez playing? He is not. No, unfortunately. Here's Moy for Argentina, for Australia. It's going to be 2 sides that begin with A. I'm going to slip up several times during this stream, I feel like. But Argentina have possession, passing it across the back. Lekwalo says, apologies if I pronounced that wrong, says, where's KG? I get this question a lot. I would assume at home. I would assume he might be at home, considering that's where he lives, or he might be out. It's a Saturday. He's got a family. Here's Rodrigo de Paul. I said that pitch looks a bit. Maybe it's just the lights, or maybe it might be the roof. But there are parts of it I thought looked a bit off. But I don't think so. Gary Scott said, you didn't cry at the Green Mile. Do you know I've never seen it all the way through? There are probably a lot of classic movies that I haven't seen. You'd be really disappointed with me. really disappointed. I'm one of those people where I just don't like to try anything that new. So if I find a film that I like, I would rather just watch that over and over again than watch a film that I haven't seen. If that makes sense. It's the same with TV series. I won't be bothered to try a new TV series. I'd prefer just to watch a TV series that I know over and over again. Like it fills me with comfort and warmth. Argentina having all of the ball, as you would expect, passing it around the back. It's going to be a long game. If it's going to be like this, we're looking for a bit of drama. Looking for a bit of something different. Australia very much back in the bus. Oh, here come Argentina. Papa Gomez. Oh, they're claiming for a hand. They're claiming for a handball. I don't think it's going to be given, but they're really claiming for that one. I mean, it didn't. His hand was by his side, so even if it went to VAR, I'd be surprised if it was given. But at the same time, Messi got a penalty given for him against Poland for that from Wojciech Szczesny. And man, listen to the noise from the crowd. Wow. I think there is a big contingent of South American fans that have travelled to this World Cup. Ball over the top by Argentina. He was aiming for Molina and didn't work out. Here's a replay of it. It hits his hand. I mean, it's not by his side. It's not by his side, it must be said. His hand's a bit up here. Surprised VAR didn't have a look. I'm glad they didn't, because it would have just completely killed the game off after 5 minutes. But that could be a pen, you know. If it's England, I want it. And that's always the best way to think about it. When you're watching games as a neutral, think, if that was my team, would I want that? And if the answer is like, yeah, then I'd want that. That could have been a pen, you know. Let me know what you think in the live chat. We've definitely seen penalties given in this tournament for less than that. Olivia says that's got to be a pen. Garsha says I've seen them give him. You know, I was really surprised. I went on Twitter before I did this stream, and I saw like some criticism of the Netherlands, saying that, I can't believe they played counter-attacking football against the USA. They won the game 3-1. They won the match. Like, they won, and they could have scored more. By definition, Louis van Gaal got that right. I thought, you know, Dumfries was very good. Cody Gakpo, I thought, played well. Yeah, I was very surprised. I thought their back three looked actually very good. Wolverine says, hey Owen, how you doing? Are you looking forward to losing on the 27th to the best team in the Premier League? Is that referring to Forest? Well, you're not going to have your dynamite goalkeeper, Dean Henderson. He won't be allowed to play because he's on loan. So you might actually keep a clean sheet, to be fair. Here's Rodrigo de Paul. Nearly 7 minutes gone. Very slow pace to this one so far. It's going to be a completely different kind of game, I think. Messi. Oh, got a bit left on him there. Nice. You got to. Who cares? I hate this kind of thing of, give them too much respect. No, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter who they are. Rough them up a bit. Nice. Well done. AB says, Louis van Gaal kissed Dumfries in his post-match press conference. Did he actually? Man, Louis van Gaal press conferences are something else. Omar says Man United should buy Nopper as a backup. For a guy that made his Netherlands debut in this tournament, he's played excellent. I was quite impressed by him. I thought he was good. I thought he was very, very good. Here's Australia, though, with the ball. Ryan goes long up the pitch. Flick on. Game needs a goal. And probably an Australia one, to be honest. Here's Molina. Australia will win it back, go all the way home. Ryan clears once again. Oof. Romero was in ahead of Duke there, and Duke fell to the ground. That looked quite nasty at one point. King of the Indies says, oh, what do you think about Enzo Fernandez in the summer? I think he's a very good player. I thought he's played very well in this tournament so far. I have no doubts there'll be plenty of pursuers for him as well. But certainly a player that United should look at. Here's Rodrigo de Paul. Fernandez gives it out to Molina. Acuna, excuse me. One thing it is difficult with those Argentina shirts is to see the numbers on their back. McAllister. He's a good player, McAllister. He's played well for Brighton. Looks a quality player. Scored a good goal as well already in this World Cup so far. Here's Gomez. Heavy touch by Messi. Gives it away. Here come Australia. Oh, let's give it away straight again. They're not going to be able to handle this pressure for the whole game. Because really, they've barely touched the ball. And it's a Australia goal kick. In the opening 10 minutes, Australia have had 13% possession of the ball. It's been all Argentina. Argentina 87% possession. But at the same time, they've been fairly comfortable. Fairly comfortable. That's a foul, referee. He's going to give it. Free kick to Australia. Pump it in the box, man. Get it in the box. It might be your only chance. So far, I mean, they just did a couple more, but Australia have completed 19 passes in 10 minutes. 19 passes in 10 minutes. It's going to be a long 90 if that's the case. And at least 2, 3, maybe 4 of them have been Matt Ryan long kicks. So, long way to go. But look, what are they supposed to do? Are they going to come out and play total football against Argentina? No. This is what they've got to do to win a game. Long ball. Oh, I tell you what, it was a great ball by Suter, and it was actually to Lecky, and it's a bad touch. He should be really disappointed with himself. It's gone out for a throw, and that's a chance. There are little moments in the game that you've got to make the most of. Moy 50-50. Oh, that was nasty. Advantage played by the referee, though. Here's Messi. Oh, just skips past a couple of players. But Australia back into that defensive shape. Flat back 4, ball over the top. Goes out for a throw, and it's working. Wolverine says, by the way, Owen, do you want Lingard back? Nope. Nope. Olivia says, might as well put another ball into play at this point. LOL, Argentina keeping the other one. AJ says, 1% chance. I think referring to Australia in this game. It's going to be a long one. Definitely going to be a long one. But this is the game plan they've got to do. The one thing I would say, if this is their game plan, when they do get the ball back, they can't keep giving it away like they do. Because that pressure just becomes relentless. I understand they might be looking long balls over the top. Alvarez is trying to go past an Australian player here. Nips it past Moy. Does really well, actually. Speaking of Alvarez, picks up the ball here. He's moving to travel. He's still travelling with it. Here comes Alvarez. Bajic just does enough for Australia and puts it up the pitch. Still in play. Doesn't go out for a throw-in. But they managed to, or did go out for a throw-in in the end. But Alvarez looked like he was going to have a bit of room there to travel forward. Australia just did enough. But, here's Papu Gomez for Argentina. 12 minutes gone. Still 0-0 here. As I mentioned, it's going to be a long night, you feel, in the Ahmed bin Al Ali Stadium. Absolutely butchered the pronunciation of that one. And you just feel that Australia are just... Their hope is, let's just stay in the game. Stay in the game, get a set piece. Alvarez was nearly involved again, but he's offside. Suter did get across, though, so it would have been fine. He was offside, just about. As I mentioned, guys, be sure to smash a like on the like button. See if we can get to 100 likes. If everyone right now liked the stream, we'd be at 170 likes. That's the kind of maths I'm bringing you this evening on a Saturday. This is the true Saturday evening television or entertainment you're looking for. Forget Strictly. I'm a Celebrity's over. The World Cup's World Cupping. And you can join us all here at United View. That's what we're looking for. Here's Fernandez. He does drop very deep, doesn't he? He almost plays between the two centre-backs. Like right now, he's between the two centre-backs. He's in the space of centre-backs. The centre-backs are really split wide, Romero and Otamendi. And Fernandez plays right in between them. I'm still shocked that Otamendi's playing for Argentina in 2022. And Lisandro Martinez is not. It's a disgrace. It's a cheat. Here's Messi. I mean, there's a lot of noise inside the stadium. I think they're trying to keep some noise just to keep things, you know, to do something. Because there's not a lot on the pitch really going on. There's a lot of nice passes by Argentina across the back line and across the midfield. But, and it's Acuna down on the pitch right now. But actually, Australia are fairly comfortable. Has it been booked? I think Jackson Irvin's been booked. And and it's a big if Australia make it through to the next round, he will miss the next game. It is a booking. He sort of stamps on his foot. Wizard said, Owen, your maths is on point. Well, you know, I try. That's what I try to do. So now, for instance, if everyone was to like the stream now, we'd be on 207 likes. You know, the game and the pace might not be quick, but my math certainly is on a Saturday evening. Oh, yes. As Argentina doing their Argentina thing, and that's passing the ball across the back line. Bit of space here, though, for Fernandez. Messi travelling with the ball a little bit, puts it out wide to find Rodrigo de Paul. Fernandez, once again, switches all the way over to Papu Gomez. And it's interesting that they say it's a 4-3-3 because it's really not for Argentina. Because Messi is not playing as a striker. No way. Here's Fernandez once again. And again, in these areas here, so Argentina have got the ball about 30, 35 yards out. Australia are very happy. You know, they've got men behind the ball. Argentina are just basically passing it sideways, looking for spaces that aren't there. They need that bit of dynamism or something to move the ball through those spaces, and they can't seem to find it at the moment. I guess their hope would be that, look, it's only 16 minutes, and those spaces will open up. Australia will get tired. Messi will find some space. Here's Alvarez. And Molina passes it back. And again, they just kind of keep nipping the ball around. And Australia are happy for them to have it. Here's Messi in this deeper position. Puts it out wide. Here's Papu Gomez once again. Cuts inside. Takes a shot. Miles over the bar. And that's going to be, I think, the story of this first half, really. I mean, again, we're nearly 17 minutes in. 79% possession for Australia, for Argentina, excuse me. In terms of passes completed, you've got Argentina have already done 175 passes. Australia haven't even done 50. They've done 48. Well, it's a bad touch by Irvine, I think that is. Ball over the top, Rodrigo de Paul. He looked for Messi, who just flicks it on to Gomez. Once again, here's Enzo Fernandez. Tries a ball over the top. And Suter with a big header. And it will be cleared by Deganek. AJ says, if you squint your eyes, it looks like Argentina versus Brazil. Kind of does, doesn't it? That's not bad. Let me know, as always, guys, where you're watching it from. If there's anyone watching from Argentina or Australia or around the world. You can also vote for who you think is going to win the game in the poll in the chat as well. 275 votes. 84% of you say Argentina is going to win this game. Only 16 going with Australia. But anything's possible as we are now in the 18th minute. Still 0-0. And Australia have the ball. Here's McGree. Nice little bit of football here. Irvine cuts it back. Oh, he's into the box. Go down. Oh, it's going to be a goal kick. De Paul just did enough. It was good play, though. A little bit of intricate play by Australia. Rodrigo de Paul just does enough. Just does enough with... who's that? Is that 16? I think it's from Behich. Pondrelli says watching from Papua New Guinea. Darren says watching from South Africa. Watching from Jamaica. Garsha from Cambridge. Look at that for diversity. Excellent stuff. Blood says go Australia. Punish Argentina. Push to Argentina. Gaz is watching from Northern Ireland. Fantastic stuff as always from the UV community. Appreciate you joining me this evening. We are 51 likes away from 100. Or just one away from 50. Messi. 1-2 here. Here finds Rodrigo de Paul, who tries to find Messi once again and goes all the way back to Matt Ryan in goal. And Australia looking to play out from the back. Ball over the top. It's a flick on. You got to take a touch there. You got to get it down on the floor. Irvine. But Australia will be very happy. They really will. They'll be very happy so far. The fact that 20 minutes in, and look, Argentina really haven't threatened. They just haven't. Jacko says, go Australia. Watching from Canada. Another Olivia watching from Edmonton. That's Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Minus 20 here. Wow, that is absolutely freezing. Wooming's 3 a.m. in Singapore. Watching from Dublin, Ireland. Palm Springs, California. Jacko is watching from Australia. Come on. Here's McAllister. That's Brighton's McAllister, of course. And Australia win the ball back. And Australia with a rare bit of possession inside their own penalty box at the moment. Certainly doesn't have the intensity to it that the game earlier had between the Netherlands and the United States. I think both sides had said that they'd complained between the game time between Argentina and Australia for this. For both of them had complained for the game time between the games. When did they last play? Because, of course, they're in Group C and they're playing today. And I think they might look at it and say, well, actually, you know, you've got England who are in Group B and they're not playing until tomorrow. But at the same time, if they make it all the way to the final, they have an extra day off, I heard them saying, but that's still a way away. And if you're someone like Australia, you're thinking, well, we're not thinking that far ahead. Jeez. Only Argentina. Here's Moy, though. Put out to Irvine. Like I said, it's a rare bit of possession for Australia. It must be said, it's a tough game to watch because there's not a lot going on. But this is sometimes what you get with knockout football. You know, you can get games a bit like the Netherlands earlier on, whereby towards the end they start to go for it. But initially, in games like this, it's going to be very, very cagey. And it can lead to be a bit boring, especially when you've got a very much inferior side against a very superior side. But Australia, I've got a bit of space here. Moy travels with it. Here's Moy once again for Australia. Moy once again. He's got quite a lot of space, actually. He's got to find the right pass. He does. Irvine. Lecky cross, and it's blocked. It's an Australia corner. Come on. Janky's watching from Mauritius. Appreciate you for joining us this evening. And it's a corner ball. This is an opportunity for Australia. Set pieces. That's what they're looking for. Harry Souttar's coming into the box. 6'6" centre back for Australia. Ball in's got to be the right one. It's got to be a good delivery. It's Aaron Moy standing over the set piece. Argentina fans behind the goal. Can they be silenced? Ball in by Moy. Over him. Headed away by Otamendi. Here's Moy once again. Ball whipped in. There's no one there. It's a waste. No one there. But look, those set pieces, they're considered as big chance. Australia trying to press Argentina out from the back, who goes short. And they do well. They win the ball back. But it's a big ball up front. And as I said, when they win the ball back, they can't keep just going long like that. They've got to try and keep the ball better. But as far as Argentina, of what they've offered in this opening 25 minutes, I mean, Argentina, for me, and I know there's still plenty of the game to go, but I think Argentina have been slow, laborious. They've just passed it side to side. And when you've got a team like Australia that's going to park the bus or be defensively strong, you've got to move the ball quicker and you've got to show some dynamism. Argentina aren't even really bothering to press either. They don't press from the front. It's just very slow. There's no real spark in Argentina's side. And look, if it stays like this, Argentina will have a bit of a problem on their hands because Australia will find their way into the game, one would think. And Australia now started to settle a little bit. But Argentina, they've been so dull. So boring. Side-to-side passing and no real sort of threat. So, this 25 minutes go, Australia might be like, you know what? We might have a chance here. Again, still plenty of the game to go. Argentina will have chances. Australia will need Ryan in goal. But they'll be very, very happy with this so far. Remember, of course, extra time and penalties are on the cards this evening, if we get that far. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. You can look at it as boring, or you can look at it as encouraging from an Australian perspective, which it does feel like it is at the moment. And Australia starting to have a bit more of the ball too. Here's Moy. And to be honest with you, they'll be stunned, like the amount of time Moy then was able to get the ball, receive it, turn, and just do a nice lofted pass over the top, a crossfield pass, because there's no pressure on him at all. He's able to find gaps. There's a long ball by Australia. He's aiming for Irvine, wins the header, flicks on, wow. Give it back to him. He does. Here's Irvine again. Give it, edge of the box. This is an opportunity if he can just get the ball out of his feet. Doesn't. Spaces, I tell you what, spaces are there. Now Australia's starting to have more of the ball. You could argue maybe it's Argentina trying to back off and get them out of their low block. Or it's Argentina, not moving the ball quick enough and Australia starting to settle. I still expect Argentina to win, but I think if you're Australia, you get a bit of confidence. Again, just kind of ran into traffic there. I think that was McGree. Molina with the throw, though, for Argentina. The Nutty Oppressor says, at least when Australia go out, they can look forward to the Neighbours reboot. It's coming back. I did see that. Yes, it is coming back. Cancelled, but it returns. Here's Beach with the throw-in. Irvine once again. That's a corner. Another corner. And again, this will be danger zone for Argentina. They've got some big players coming into the box. Suter being one of them. 6'6" centre back. Irvine as well as a tall player. It's all about the delivery. Moy's got to put in a bit of a better one than he did last time. It's not going to be. It's going to be McGree with the one. Back post. It's Suter. Oh, he tell you what, he connected with it. It wasn't much of a header towards a goal. It was more of a knockdown, but another warning. I'm telling you, they're growing in confidence. That's a ball in behind. Here's Lecky. Try and win a foul if you can. Acuna wins the ball back. Wow. And don't give a foul away. That's what you did. But there's room for cautious optimism for Australia, I think, after this opening near 30 minutes. I think Argentina have really offered nothing of substance. And what you really want is to get set pieces, corners, throw-ins, free kicks, get Suter in the box and give Argentina a bit of difficulty. James Bush said, Irvine went to my school. There you go. Claim to fame. What do they call it? 6 degrees of separation, something like that. Oh, look at that. Little cut inside from the Australian fullback. Here's the keeper, Ryan, on the ball. I mean, and now, in the first 15, 20 minutes, Australia were just going long every time they got the ball at their feet because they were worried about being pressed and giving the ball away. Now, they're playing it out from the back because they're getting some space. Here's Messi, though. Can they finally create an attack, Argentina? No. Can't find a way through. That's a good touch, that. Ooh, I tell you what, Romero, he tackles Duke just, but if he didn't connect with the ball, he went in. Here's Enzo Fernandez. Try to reverse pass there. Goes out to Gomez. That's Papu Gomez. Here's Messi. Messi travels with it. Tackled in the end. And it was Bacchus with the foul. With the tackle, excuse me. It wasn't a foul. It was a good tackle, actually. Enzo Fernandez plays that real deep role, doesn't he? Like, technically, if you look at his position now, he's the deepest player in the entire side. Even the centre-backs are higher up than him. That's how much of a dictator he is in terms of dictating the tempo. He's the deepest line playmaker. Messi tackled once again. Opportunity to counter now for Australia if they can find the right pass. Ball over the top. It's not the right one. Tries to find Leckie. McCree looks for a foul. Does well. He was looking for it, but he got it in the end. Does well. And now, it's an opportunity once again, if you can get the ball in the box. 30 minutes gone, Argentina 0, Australia 0, and Australia are growing into this game. Their confidence is there. They sort of rode that first sort of 10 minutes when Argentina had all the ball. And now, they've noticed, actually, Argentina just are not pressing us. And if they're not pressing us, we can nip the ball around a little bit here. We're going to get time on the ball. And whenever they do have the ball, Argentina, and they're going to try and come at us, we'll just stay in a defensive shape. They've got no answer to it because they've got no real creativity for whatever reason. And the pace is so slow. So once again, an opportunity. Suitors, it's not in the box. They've got a high defensive line, Argentina. But Moy's going to definitely put a ball in. And we're going to see what happens here. Moy, ball into the box. Once again, overhits it. That's happened a couple of times already here, where they've had opportunities and Moy's overhit them and there's nobody at the back post. That's a waste. And there's nothing wrong, by the way, at all, for being a side like Australia and from the first minute playing for penalties. Let's be honest. I bet before the game, they said that's our best chance, is to play for penalties. And to be honest, even at the moment, I tell you what, they didn't give it away there. There was a couple of tight passes there. But now, Argentina got a bit of space to go into. Acuna gives it to, I think once again, that's Fernandez. Who again, everything when they try and play it through the middle goes through him. Here's Papu Gomez. Once again, Fernandez. But they find themselves in this position a lot. Fernandez, great switch of play. Acuna, excellent touch off the chest. That's a good turn by McAllister. Rodrigo de Paul. Keeper should claim it. And Australia, again, deal with it. They're comfortable. It's a really fascinating game. 32 minutes, nearly 33 gone. And I say it's a fascinating game. And the problem is with the players that Argentina have, it can change at any second. But I've been really, really not impressed at all. Oh, it's kicking off. Bajic, not happy with the tackle by Messi. Good. Well, it's the first time Messi's actually pressed at all in this game. And Messi gave a bit of a shove, that's why. Good. Show a bit of aggression. Argentina need a bit more bite to him. Oh, he's bought a foul. You shouldn't do that there. Bajic, he's given a foul away on Papu Gomez, and now it's in a decent position. And if they score from this, he'll only have himself to blame. Bajic needs to keep his head. He's lost his head a bit. The referee's getting his arm around him, basically saying, calm down. It is a foul. It's just stupid. It's clumsy. I mean, there's a section of Australia fans behind the Australia goal. You can see them, but they're just completely outnumbered by what appears to be pretty much a home field support for Argentina inside the stadium there in Qatar. But it's a free kick to Argentina. They've got to make this count because, again, they've offered next to nothing in this first half so far. Messi will stand over it. Let's see what delivery he can do. Messi. Ball into the box. Headed away. It was met by Suter, of course. Who else? 6'6", wins that header. Messi once again. Edge of the box might be an opportunity. Oh, plays the pass instead. It's Messi! And on his 1000th career game, Lionel Messi scores at the World Cup. It had to be him. It just had to be. Argentina have offered nothing, absolutely nothing in this first half, and it had to be him. Lionel Messi on the biggest stage possible puts his country 1-0 ahead against Australia on his 1000th game. Messi stands up and he delivers, and he can go through the entire half and do nothing, but when it matters, when it truly does matter, quality goal, bottom corner, Argentina lead, and the crowd cheers for Messi, who on his 1000th game, his 100th game as captain of his country, puts Argentina 1-0 ahead. And they just don't deal with the second phase of it. It comes back out. Look at it. It's a classic Messi goal, to be honest. Just out of his feet, side-footed, bottom corner. Turner might be a bit disappointed with himself, I think. Goes through a player's leg. That's why. It goes through, I think it's... Who's its legs? I think it goes through Suter's legs. Yeah. Through Suter's legs. Keeper might be a bit disappointed with it, because he nearly gets a hand to it. But just side foots it in the bottom corner. A little bit of composure. Doesn't have a lot of time to think about it. He just reacts. Gets the ball out of his feet. And it's 1-0. And that's what he does. And again, after a first half where Australia would have been very happy with themselves because Argentina offered next to nothing, one set piece, and they don't deal with the second part of it very well, and they're 1-0 up. And I said it at the time, when you give away a set piece like that, it's not necessarily the set piece you have to be worried about, it's the ball being in that final third. And the fact that the ball was in the final third led to that goal. And now, whoever gave away that free kick, who was it? Was it Bajic? I think was the one who gave it away. That's what happens. And it was a stupid foul to give away. It was a foul. It was a free kick. And now it's cost them. And to be honest, if they didn't have Lionel Messi so far, Argentina would not be scoring a goal in this game because they've been really poor. But when you have Messi, you're going to get a goal. But from an Australian point of view, that would be a really disappointing goal to concede, I think. It was really avoidable. The initial build-up to the set piece was. And now Australia, would you say they change anything? Probably not. Because it felt like they were going to create some opportunities. It's just a case of it's given Argentina a bit more confidence and something to hang on to. But I do think Australia will get chances. Because even if Argentina continue to play how they've been playing, it's going to need something a bit like that to get that goal. So plenty of time still to go. The important thing for Australia now is to keep their head, stay calm, keep doing what they're doing. Because ultimately, not being calm is what led to that goal in the first place happening. A silly giveaway of a set piece. AB says, you're saying Lionel wrong. Well, it's up for debate, isn't it? Because some people say Lionel, but some people say Lionel because he was named after Lionel Richie. But of course, Argentina did go 1-0 up against Saudi Arabia in their first game of the tournament, and they lost that one. So just because they go 1-0 up, that doesn't mean the game's over by any stretch of the imagination. And Australia have proved that they do have goals in them. But I mean, look at that crowd. Listen to them go. Again, it's a practically packed stadium full of Argentina fans. But Degenek is down, clutching his ankle. Oh, he lands nastily on it. You can see why he holds his ankle. I think he'll be fine, though. But Australia now have to react. Casaray says, I'm in love with this channel, mate, watching from Uganda. Let's up the likes, and much love to all of you in the building. I appreciate that, my friend. Appreciate the love from Uganda. Be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. As Emi Martinez passes it out to, I believe that's Acuna. Kicks the ball up the pitch. Suter manages to deal with that. Bit of pressure here from Australia. They're certainly pressing. That's McAllister with the ball. McAllister tries to clear it. And Matt Ryan sweeping for Australia. He passes the ball out. It certainly would feel like the goal has invigorated Argentina a little bit more, which they needed because, frankly, their play and their possession of the ball was very slow. The crowd, the support, it must be said, is absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal support. And as I've said before, the Australian fans are completely drowned out inside the stadium there in Qatar. There's a small section of them behind the goal, behind the Australian goal, and they're doing their best, but the noise is insane. Obviously, you can't hear it here, but I can hear it in my earphones here, and you can see on the pictures, they're absolutely bouncing in the stands. It's incredible to see. And that's the support for what's been a really tame performance so far, let alone if they started playing great football. Here's Alvarez. Rodrigo de Paul goes for a switch. Another good touch by Molina, I believe that is, or actually Acuna. Drilled into Gomez, who does very well there. Molina gives it back to Rodrigo de Paul, who finds Enzo Fernandez in a bit of space here. He might be able to pick up the right pass. It's going to go to Acuna. And again, Argentina just doing what they were doing prior to the goal, which is a lot of this sideways passing with Australia in a good defensive shape. And as I've said before, they still don't really, it would appear, have an answer to break this down. So Australia just needs to keep doing this and hope that they get an opportunity to equalise. Here's Messi though, a bit of space. He's going to travel with the ball. Whoa! Was that Sousa? Goes right through Lionel Messi and leaves a bit on the goal scorer in his 1000th game. I thought it was a good tackle, but he leaves a bit on him and the Argentina players aren't happy. James says we need to get to half-time. Pyramid says the Argentine coach is a scrub, playing a fossil in defence over the butcher. Wow. It's a good tackle. It doesn't matter who they are. You're allowed to tackle them, even if they're one of the greatest players of all time. You're allowed to put a foot in. You should, actually. Once you cross that white line, it's not about respect. Respect goes out the window. If you start paying respect to players and other teams, you'll lose the game. You're competitive. You're all equal on the pitch, especially when you cross that white line. Tom says, listening from Perth, Australia. Keep up the good work, Owen. Australia need to step up. Appreciate the support, Tom. Appreciate you joining us this evening. Be sure to smash a like on the like button, folks. Over 270 people watching. Less than 100 likes. We can get there. We're at 81 likes, so 19 to go until we get to 100. Let's see if we can get to 100 before half-time. I believe in all of you. Appreciate you joining me. And to be honest, you say that, Tom, about Australia needing to step it up. I wouldn't even say so. I think Australia have done well. The goal's unfortunate. The goal's sloppy, to be honest with you. And I think that stems from giving the ball away, the set piece away, for a really sloppy foul that was left from Messi putting actually a foot in on one of the players beforehand. But apart from that, Argentina haven't offered that much. And Australia have looked comfortable with Argentina. Moy goes for a switch. It's a better touch. Deganek. And incidents like that, which you would just say, that's maybe where Australia can step it up. Just a little bit of extra bit of quality. Improve your first touch. Improve your passing. Don't give the ball away too sloppily. But I think they've done really well. I do. Of course, they haven't threatened Martinez in goal. But at the same time, apart from that goal that Argentina have scored, they've offered nothing. They've really offered next to nothing at all in this game. And I think Australia have contained them quite well. So as long as I think they stick to their game plan, I do think chances will come. When it comes to getting their set pieces, and they've had a couple of them, delivery has to be better. And again, those elements of quality need to be better. But I think Australia have done all right. I really do. And as an England fan sitting here, I would look at Argentina and say, well, I'm only scared of Messi, because he can get a goal out of nothing like he did. So, again, I think Australia will be relatively happy with it, to be honest, so far. Here is Martinez in goal. Martinez, kick up the pitch. Aim towards, I might have been Molina, and it just goes out of play. Just overhit it a little bit. Martinez, of course, is the name that was linked to Manchester United a couple of times when it comes to this possible goalkeeper search. Here's Moy. Australia looking to travel with the ball here a little bit. Rolls. Ryan. Oh, just got the ball past Alvarez. That could have been an infamous World Cup howler there. I wonder how much time is going to be added on. 2 minutes of added time. Ed says, I wonder how disheartening it is for an opposition to know that no matter what you do, how well you play, how organised you are, as long as Leo's on the pitch, all you can do is pray he has a bad day. Well, even with that, I think it comes down to managing mistakes. Again, I trace it back to giving that silly foul away. You can't give him the opportunity. But he's always possible. And again, we said that during the game, didn't we? That if he's on the pitch, you always live with that threat knowing that he can pull something out of nothing. But it's about managing the opportunities for him to pull something out of nothing, if you know what I mean. But at the same time, I think Australia have done well. And they shouldn't be disheartened going in 1-0 down at half-time. Yes, Argentina have had a lot of the ball. Yes, they've moved it around sideways a lot. But Matt Ryan, the only thing he's had to do is pick the ball out of his net once. Apart from that, he hasn't had to make any saves. Here's Moy. Plenty of space. He's got to be better on the ball, I would say, Moy. He's getting a lot of it in these sort of middle of the pitch positions. And he's just got to be a bit sharper with it. That'll go out for a throw-in to Australia. Or to Argentina. Again, stuff like that. 4 likes away, by the way, from 100. We can get to 100 likes before half-time. 3 likes away. As we're about 20 seconds away from half-time. We can get to 100 before half-time. Absolutely. Here's backers for Australia. Australia having a bit of the ball before half-time here. Moy tries for a ball over the top. Oh, Lecky. Otamendi just gets the ball away. It wasn't a bad ball from actually. And there you go. Half-time. And it's Argentina 1, Australia 0. And the difference was who else? Who else would you expect? Lionel Messi on his 1,000th game of his career puts Argentina 1-0 up, puts his country 1-0 up against Australia in Qatar. And to be honest, beside that, you would argue that they've done well. Then Australia have done well. Argentina, I think, didn't offer too much. They had a lot of the ball, a lot of possession, moved it sideways a bit. Enzo Fernandez playing very, very deeply between the two centre-backs, Romero and Otamendi. Molina and Acuna trying to make runs up the flanks. Rodrigo de Paul and McAllister floating around a little bit, trying to get the ball. Them trying to get it to Messi and drive with the ball a little bit. Pace either side of him coming from Alvarez and Papu Gomez. But ultimately, it's just a bit of magic. And to be honest, again, from an Australia point of view, the build up to that set piece, I think, is the key thing there, because moments prior to that, I forget who it is. It might be Bajic. It might be the fullback. Either way, the ball's coming out of play, and Messi leaves a little bit on him, and he's furious, and he kind of pushes Messi, and Messi pushes him back. The ball gets thrown back in, and immediately he gives a foul away on, I think it was on Papu Gomez, and it was an unnecessary foul to give away. And it leads to that set piece, which wasn't a great free kick. But then eventually, from that, the second phase of it, it rebounds to Messi and he just slots it in the corner. And I think the Australia coach would look at that half-time and say, you know what? Just a little moment there. We gave him a little moment. We lost our heads. We lost our discipline in that moment. Gave away a free kick. And if you give someone like Messi an opportunity, a half a chance, he's going to score. And that's what he did. Even the goal itself, it's not a classic goal by Argentina. It bounces off one player. Messi takes one touch out of his feet. Goal. That's it. Because that's what he does. That's what he's capable of. And that's what he's even done in this tournament. But as far as Australia, if I was the Australia coach at half-time, I would say to the players, look, just keep doing it. Keep doing what you're doing, because they're not threatening us. They're not. You've just let yourself down a little bit when it comes to that goal. But at the same time, as a neutral and as an England fan watching this, I'm not afraid of Argentina. I'm really not afraid of Argentina watching that first half performance. I thought they were largely quite poor. So, yes, they've got Messi and anything's possible with him. That's proven with the goal. But maybe, just maybe, Australia need to be maybe a little bit more adventurous. They need to be a bit better quality with some of their touches. And when they do have the ball, you're looking at Aaron Moy to find some better passes here and there. But at the same time, you would say keep doing what you're doing. You might get some corners. You might get some set pieces. You've got big players in the sides. And you might be able to do something. So I'm just seeing a replay of the goal now. Again, it's a free kick put in. It was headed away. I think it was Papu Gomez puts it back out to Messi, who has the ball, takes on the player, goes for a pass. It's McAllister, tries to pass in to, who was that? It's number 19 for them. So that would be Otamendi. Gives it to Otamendi, who again doesn't intend to give it to Messi. It's actually a heavy touch from Otamendi. And it actually just lays off for Messi. And he just gets it out of his feet, one touch, seconds a strike, and it's the classic Messi finish of nothing too hard, just finessed into the bottom corner. Keeper Matt Ryan, you could say maybe should do a little bit better, actually goes through the legs of Suter, which maybe puts him off a little bit, but it's a classic Messi finish. But apart from that, and again, I think apart from that, I think Australia should be relatively happy with themselves. Look, of course they're the underdogs. They're massively the underdog. No one expects them to beat Argentina, but at the same time, I think the bigger nations in this tournament, your France's, your Spain's, your England's, etc., Netherlands, now that they're through, I think they would look at Argentina in this game and say, you know what? They've got Messi, but that's about it, really, And again, that's the key thing. What you can't do when you're playing against Messi is, I mean, how quickly has he taken that shot? The ball's ricocheted to him and he's taken about, let's say, a second to take a touch, get it out of his feet and score a goal. And that's God-given talent and ability. That's what he can do. All it takes is a second. All it takes is a second or half a second and he can do you in. And that's when you need to be really, really cautious. So at halftime, it's 1-0 Argentina. Game is far from over, I think. And I think that Argentina can or should be cautious in this second half because Australia are not out of it. I think their shape's been good and they've played okay. I really do. So to win, Lannister says, ball never went off a defender. It was a well-worked move, admits it. It was a heavy touch from Otamendi. It was McAllister gives it to Otamendi and it's a heavy touch from Otamendi and Messi's there to react. I'm not saying it's a bad goal. But yeah, again, I think Australia have done well in that half. And again, this is we kind of got into this earlier on when we spoke about the Netherlands versus the USA. People can say, oh, Australia parked the bus. Well, what should they do against Argentina? Clearly, they're an inferior side with lesser players and lesser quality. They should play defensive football. They should try and frustrate them, which they did. And then try and have counter-attacks or get the ball up the pitch. Again, I thought you see it there in one of the replays they're showing now. They had almost the entirety of their team across a small box on the edge of the box. And they did well. They did do well. So I don't think this game's over whatsoever. In terms of some stats there, in this first half, again, this is when it's quite interesting. Possession, as you would expect, Argentina, 61% possession, but Argentina had 2 shots. One was on target, which was the goal. That's it. When it comes to Australia rather, they had 1 shot, that's it. No shots on target. Emi Martinez had nothing to do in that half. In terms of completed passes, Argentina, as you would expect, 381 compared to Australia's 238. But I do think there is something in this game. I do. And it's whilst it was a boring game at times in that first half, I think it's a fascinating one. And I do think that Australia will get a chance. At the very least, they'll get a chance in this second half. From an Argentina point of view, now it will just be a case of early stages of the second half, because what we did see in that half, in the first half, first 5 or 10 minutes, Australia did look a bit nervy, and you could argue that if you're Argentina, if you were the Argentinian coach, you would say to him, say to him, Messi, but you would say to the team, second half, first 5 minutes, just start fast. If you can nick the goal, it's over. Because as soon as you're 2-0 up, the game's over. Completely, it'll be done. It'll be over. The longer it remains 1-0 to Argentina, Australia once again will think, you know what, we can still get something out of this game. We can get it to extra time. We can get it to penalties. And before the game, I said there's nothing shameless about this from an Australia perspective. They might have thought before the game, get it to penalties. If we get it to penalties, anything's possible. There's nothing wrong with playing for penalties, especially in tournament knockout football. You do what's going to get you, what's the best chance of getting you the victory. Plenty of games have been won by teams saying, let's play for pens. So, again, I think that there's still plenty to come in this game for Australia. I really do. Be sure to smash a like on the like button, folks. Be sure to subscribe as well. Bottom right hand corner. Remember as well, the stream is brought to you by Fresh Ego Kid. To get involved in the Community Giveback scheme, links in the video description to donate or find the latest news when it comes to that as well. Michael says love from Jamaica as well. Appreciate you, Michael, for joining us this evening. Ed says I definitely think Australia can go to extra time. But I think in extra time, they'll tire and Argentina will take advantage. Again, obviously, Argentina are clearly the favourites, and they should be. If Australia were to go through in this game, as I mentioned before, it would be one of the biggest upsets in a really long time when it came to the World Cup. Australia knocking Argentina out, it would be incredible. But I really don't think that's off the books at this point. But who else? But Lionel Messi, as I mentioned, on his 1,000th game of his career, on the 100th game in which he's captained Argentina as well, gets the goal. And to be honest, it was only ever going to be Messi. It was really only ever going to be Messi that got that goal in that first half, because apart from him, didn't really show all that much. HBT says, my mum thinks South Korea can beat Brazil. That might be a big ask. You might have to explain to her mum. I don't think that one's going to happen. I'm not sure. Wizard says, Louis van Gaal's army wants Argentina. Janky says, well played by Argentina in that first half. Jetcher says, I feel like Australia will score one and Argentina will score one or two more in the second half. HBT says, if Saudi can, we can too. Come on, the Aussies. Yeah, again, if I was, an Australian, which I'm not clearly, or an Australian fan, I wouldn't be too disappointed. I would still think there's something in this game for us. There'll be chances. And in terms of what Argentina have been offering in that half, again, what you have to be cautious of is Messi, really. And as the game goes on, obviously, if it's still 1-0, maybe Australia would have to come out a little bit more, and that might make more space for Argentina. But it'll be a really interesting second half. Again, we're in knockout stages, knockout football. Of course, England do play tomorrow, folks. I'll be live for that. Well, hopefully watching an England victory against Senegal, which is not a given by any stretch of the imagination. Senegal, even without Sadio Mane, fantastic side, good players. And as I've said about previously, we're on ITV. And if you're not familiar, the ITV curse when it comes to England is very real. Very, very real, the ITV curse. I think our win percentage when we're on ITV is in like the teens. It's like 16% or something like that. It's horrible. Whereas when it's a BBC game, I think it's something like 70-odd%. So ITV, the curse could really happen. And if that is the case, oh God, could you imagine? Look, Senegal, good side, as I mentioned, but got to be the favourites in that one. Played well in a couple of games. Some performances have been rubbish. Some halves have been rubbish for England, but I do expect England to win. As of right now, there has been no sort of leaked team news or anything like that, so we don't know who starts. The general consensus is that Marcus Rashford will start after his goals against Wales. As far as the other side, people would want Phil Foden to start. He should start, considering he scored. Harry Kane today. You know what's really interesting? I saw a press conference before I went live. I was watching the England press conference ahead of the game tomorrow, and it was Southgate in there with Harry Kane, and Harry Kane was asked about his fitness and I'm glad someone did ask him, because I was saying this on some of the streams recently. I'm convinced that Harry Kane was not 100% fit, especially against the USA. Clearly, he was not fit. He had that scan a few days before, picked up that foot injury or ankle injury against Iran. I thought, there's no way he's fit. He just doesn't look at it. And even in the game against Wales, obviously he got an assist, but he still looked a bit slow, a bit lethargic, and I thought, I'm still not sure about that. And he was asked in the press conference, and I don't know. I thought he doth protest too much, shall I say, because he was like, I'm fitter than I've ever been in my life. I'm fitter than I've ever been. I'm fitter than I've ever felt in my life. And I thought, big statement to make, you know. I'm still not convinced he's 100% there. Look, he still managed to get an assist without even looking against Wales. So he'll play tomorrow. Obviously, he'll play. But I'm still just not convinced he's 100% there. But look, we've got a lot of real good attacking players. It's on Southgate to play good attacking football against, I know Senegal are a good side, but we can get at them. We've got quality players. Rashford should start. I think Foden should start again. Who knows what he'll do when it comes to people like Henderson or whatever, because that was a surprising starting anyway, but we'll see. M. Shah says he was un-Kane-like. Ed says Conte literally said Kane was suffering with fatigue a week before the Premier League season paused. Yeah, they did say that, but then against Iran, I thought he looked all right. And then he had that knock, and definitely against USA. I don't think he should have even played, to be honest. But again, it'll be interesting to see what Southgate goes with tomorrow, certainly. But make no mistake, if England go out in the last 16 to Senegal, massive inquest. There'll be a huge inquest, and certainly the expectation is that England will go through tomorrow. And is it in the quarterfinals? There's a possibility, I believe, of getting France, if that's the case. Now that is... that might be a little bit difficult, but we'll wait and see. I don't want to get too ahead of ourselves. It's England at a World Cup. Anything can and will happen, and has historically happened to us in the past. Big teams have already gone out, so England could definitely be one of the next ones to do it. So at the moment, as things stand, the two teams that are through to the quarterfinals at the moment, first of all was the Netherlands. They defeated the USA 3-1 in the game earlier today. And as things stand right now, Argentina will be joining them, but there's 45 minutes plus stoppage time to go. Lionel Messi with the opener against Australia. But as I mentioned, Australia, I think there's something there to be for them to be positive about. So we'll wait and see. Be sure to smash a like on the like button as well, guys. Be sure to subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Got nearly 300 people watching. How many likes are we on at the moment? I know we hitting 100 just before half-time. What are we currently at? 128. So that is, if I do my maths correctly, 22 away from 150. We can get to 150. I believe in all of you watching. So there you go. AB says, Owen, don't forget you're colouring your hair England flag if they win the World Cup. I'm not sure I ever committed to the England flag. I think I maybe did say something about a Gascoigne blonde, though. I think I might have said that. I can't recall. I did say that I'd shave my head if Manchester United won the league this season. I'd go full Erik ten Hag. And it's clear, please. I would do 1,000,000% I would do that if we won the league this season. But I can't remember what I said for the World Cup. I think I might have said Gascoigne blonde, the platinum blonde. I think I did say that. And I'm a man of my word. I'd do it. For England to win the World Cup, you kidding me? Of course I'd do it. But I'm not doing an England flag. I don't think I ever committed to doing an England flag at St. George's Cross. I'm not sure I ever said I would do that one. But the players are back out on the pitch. Second half is nearly going to be underway. You, Bold, and Marcel and a David De Gea top come August would be mint. I mean, could you imagine? It would be amazing. But second half's just about to get underway. Australia have 45 minutes to save their World Cup. And Messi kicks off for Argentina. We are underway, second half, in this last 16 tie between Argentina and Australia. Of course, Argentina 1-0 up after Messi's 35th minute goal. And Australia certainly looking to press from the front here. And they do so. Argentina throw in deep in their own half. Would appear that there's no substitutions at half-time either, from either side. And it's Acuna with the throw-in. Again, when you just look at that crowd, man, there are so many Argentina fans inside that stadium. Alvarez, sloppily, gives the ball away. Moy, it's a bit of a short pass, but Ryan's out. That's a bad pass. Puts out for a throw-in by the goalkeeper. Argentina throw-in. Jet Sharia says, come on, here we go, lads. Time for a more interesting half. Here's Messi once again. Alvarez. The tackle on him. That's a cooler. And we're probably going to see more of this once again from this Argentina side. I think a lot of sideways passing. Remember, again, the first half, they were sort of slow. De Paul is fouled. That's by Duke. And again, it's a case of Australia probably thinking, let's just keep it how it was till the 70th minute and see what happens. And they go all the way back to Martinez in goal. Martinez, oh, that was a bit short. He nearly didn't see Mitchell Duke there out of his corner of his eye. That was close. Oh, Duke nearly got there. Nearly. The perfect way just to get a little bit of anxiety going in the stadium there from Emi Martinez. But it's a throw into Argentina. Martinez gets away with one. Heavy touch there by Alvarez. And again, it's stuff like that Australia would just say, again, be a bit better with the ball. Don't be so sloppy on it. Molina. McAllister. Here's Messi. He's found a good ball there. Here's Messi once again. And once again, it's just slowed down. Gomez, Messi. And that's what he does do now, Messi, as he's old, isn't he? He gets to sort of 25 yards out and he'll just stop. And he'll wait for the ball to come back, or he'll wait for the ball to bounce back to him. He just kind of sort of aimlessly sort of wanders around the pitch a little bit. And eventually he'll just come to life. He just drifts. And waits to find a little bit of a pocket. Or waits for him to find a little bit of space. And you would think, he's Messi. Like, no one's going to let him allow space. But again, he just kind of drifts through the game. It's quite interesting, fascinating just to sort of watch him. Oh, the butcher's going to come on. Lisandro Martinez, by all accounts, is going to be a very early second half substitute. So it would appear we're going to be graced by the presence of the butcher of Manchester himself, Lisandro Martinez. For whom, I'm not sure. It's Gomez. So Gomez is coming off, and he's an attacker. So they might be switching systems here. Are they moving to a back three, maybe? I'm just trying to see what formation they're going to go to now. Are they going to a sort of... But even if he's got an injury, Gomez, they've got plenty to go like for like. They've got a lot on the bench. It's got to be a change in system here. Well, have a look. I mean, he might have said to, Gomez, if he's got a knock, see how you feel at half time. Here's Rodrigo De Paul. Here's Messi. De Paul, once again, gets the ball. Looking to get a ball into the box, maybe. Goes low. Ooh. It's Messi. Edge of the box. Messi. Deflected. Easy for the keeper to get. Well, this is going to be interesting because, again, logically, you would say most likely it might be because Gomez is injured. Or, at the same time, maybe the Argentina coach has said, you know what? First half, we didn't offer all that much. We want to kill the game off. Let's give a different system and see how they can manage it. I'm just trying to sort of see how they're going to set up now. If it is indeed a back five, I'm just trying to see where Martinez is. Yeah, they've gone to a back three. It's a 3-5-2. Martinez has gone in as the third centre back. So they've gone to a back five, which is quite interesting here. It's a 3-5-2. So Messi and Alvarez are going to be a bit more central, one would think. And it's going to be interesting to see how Australia deal with that and how if it affects the way that Argentina play. But the Butcher comes on. The Butcher will come on and Argentina will score like 3 goals. Martinez wins the header. McAllister fouled. And Argentina have a free kick in the centre circle. I still can't believe that Martinez doesn't start for Argentina. What a joke. Seriously. But 51 minutes gone, still Argentina 1, Australia 0. A change of shape for Argentina in this half, forced by the injury seemingly to Papu Gomez. What must that mean? If you're a player on the bench for Argentina and Gomez comes off and you've got all of this attacking talent on the bench and the coach goes, no, I'll bring on Lisandro Martinez instead and change to a back 3. It's a poor kick that from Ryan. Gives it straight back to Argentina. Fernandez. Ricochets a little bit. And again, that is the perfect example of what's happened so many times in this game for Australia. They win the ball back and they just give it away immediately by poor touching or panicking or not even really pressure, because Argentina aren't pressing. It's just poor touches. Oh, it's a short ball. Oh, just about. I tell you what, Martinez nearly got caught. It's good play from Duke, and it's a really short pass. It's off to Mendy. It's really, really short. Really short. And Martinez just gets there. But Duke really chased that down. I thought that was going to be another moment. So long throw for Australia. Come on, man, press it. Australia don't even look like they want to do anything. They look like giving up. Goal kick to Argentina. You feel like you need someone to say to Argentina, you know, it's only 1-0 still. You're still in this. But Emi Martinez, goal kick. Goes short. Even that there was a bad pass by Martinez. He overhit it. And for whatever reason, the Australian player doesn't really properly close him down immediately. Pyramid says, Owen, the Aussies have heard tales of the Butcher and his laser beams. They dare not upset him. Wow, look, the laser beams are fierce from Lisandro. And they've heard the rumours of the Butcher of Manchester. And they're worried. And they should be. They should be worried about the Butcher and his powers, his cleaver. It's a free kick to Argentina, though. Martinez goes long, that being Emi Martinez, because now there's 2 Martinezes on the pitch. And it's a free kick to Australia. Once again, though, in terms of an Argentina threat, I know we're not even 10 minutes into this second half, but nothing. Really nothing. But they've got Messi. Matt Ryan passes it out. Australia just do that again. Just, you know, a bit wasteful when they're on the ball. And maybe that's just a quality thing. Maybe I'm expecting a bit too much of them. Here's McAllister. There's Romero. Flicks it out to Molina. And we're seeing this again. Seeing a lot of Argentina having the ball. Passing it sideways. A long ball over the top. Ryan's going to have to get that. He does. Heads it out for a throw-in. Messi with a little bit of pressure on the Australian keeper there. Here's a throw-in to Messi. Gives a 1-2. A bit of a give and go. Out for another Argentina throw-in. HBT says, I hope McAllister's first name is Kevin. It's not. And he was not left at home during Christmas time and had to fight off 2 burglars. One of which was Joe Pesci. It'd be a heck of a story if he ended up playing for Argentina at the World Cup in Qatar. But that's the next Home Alone sequel. Didn't they make like 4 of them? How many times can you be left at home? Or isn't it like a different kid? Still a great atmosphere from the Argentinian fans in attendance there in Qatar. Shame some of the play on the pitch doesn't really reflect the atmosphere at all. It is Messi though. He really has looked the brightest player, it must be said, for Argentina. It looks the most like making something happen. Fernandes has had the ball a couple of times, some nice touches. But again, it's very, very slow. Ryan, oh, you got to be careful. Alvarez scores. It's 2-0. And you know what? That's been coming this whole game because Ryan, a couple of times, he's looked really, really, really uncomfortable on the ball. And I thought a couple of times during this game, I thought, you know what? He doesn't look comfortable playing out from the back. He's been doing bad passes, or it's got close a couple of times, and Alvarez gets the goal, it's game over. And Ryan has to hold himself accountable for that because it's really, really poor. His touch is heavy, and it's not the first time during this game that I thought when he was on the ball, he looks really shaky. Really shaky. And it's 2-0 Argentina. Alvarez gets his goal, and that seemingly is going to mean that Argentina are heading into the quarterfinals. And it's just of their own doing. It's really poor. Look, his touch is heavy, and what's he trying to do? What is he trying to do there, Ryan? Again, a couple of times during this game, I thought he looks off. Why are you trying to take a touch to go past him? And it's easy. It's a good finish by Alvarez. For whatever reason, Ryan decided to try and take a touch and go past Rodrigo de Paul. He never was. And then that's it. I think that might be the one. I think that just seals their place in the quarterfinal. Argentina 2, Australia 0. And that would appear to be all she wrote, I would think. And as I said, there were a couple of points in this game where Ryan had the ball at his feet, and I thought he didn't look very comfortable there. Of course, that's Arsenal's Matt Ryan in goal, is it not? And now I think the floodgates might open a little bit because Australia have got to come out. Speaking of which, there's an Australian throw-in. And Argentina are 2-0 up, and again, they're 2-0 up, and they've really not even threatened that much. They've had a goal, kind of a bit out of nothing from Messi. They've had a mistake from the goalkeeper, and you get gifts like that, you've got to take them. It's December, and the Christmas gifts have come early for Argentina. And it's going to be an Australia throw-in. Throw into Australia, though. I mean, if they can get a goal, they're going to load up the box and seemingly go for a long throw. They need to get a goal in the next, 5 minutes or so for something to happen. Long throw into the box. Headed away from by Argentina. Alvarez. Alvarez has done well in this second half so far. That's going to be a foul. And now, game's firmly in Argentina's hands. Firmly. Oh, he's at Copenhagen. Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why he left Arsenal. Because Mikel Arteta said, I need a goalkeeper that can do stuff with his feet. And this guy can't. Clearly, this guy can't. Yeah. Said even in the first half, there were a couple of points where he had the ball at his feet, and I thought he doesn't look that comfortable. Ball over the top by Martinez. Alvarez chases. Here's Ryan once again. Manages to find his man that time with the pass. Australia once again looking to play out from the back. It's blocked and it's a goal kick to Australia. Blocked by McAllister this time. Be still sure to smash a like on the like button if you haven't already, folks. Let's see how many likes we're on. 147. We're only 3 away from 150. Let's see if we can get to 150. Then we'll be on the road to 200 as we've got about 30 minutes left of this game here. Appreciate you all joining me for the match for you this evening. Remember, I will be back tomorrow for England versus Senegal. What's the other game tomorrow as well, actually? Because I might do that as well. Oh, France versus Poland. I've got to do that. I'll be back then as well. So we'll have the 2 games tomorrow. I mean, the knockout stages is really where the World Cup does get started, isn't it? So don't you worry. We'll be back full coverage here on United View. And, of course, next week too, we'll have... Oh, that's a nasty tackle. Why did he do it? There's a foul on Craig Goodwin by the Argentinian player. Who was that? Number 13 for them. It was Romero. He didn't need to do it as well. But as I mentioned, next week we'll have 2 Manchester United match views live from UVHQ. We've got 2 friendlies. Of course, one against Cadiz in Spain, the other against Real Betis. We'll be live for them both with a full panel inside UVHQ. So remember to join us next week. You can subscribe, bottom right hand corner, click the notification bell. You'll be notified every time we go live or a video is uploaded. Of course, we are still covering the very latest Manchester United news as well. There's a lot of transfer speculation, a striker search, updates on the new ownership. So there's plenty of news and events going on in the world of Manchester United at the moment. So if you subscribe, click the notification bell, you'll be notified every single time we cover anything. Something's going to happen here, though. Free kick to Australia. Ball in the box. And again, it's a heavy delivery. That's not the first time that's happened in this game. 2 or 3 times the ball's been overhit by Australia. Here's Moy. Aims the ball to the back post. Ball across goal by Goodwin. It's cleared. Oh, it's a good touch. Real good touch. Who was that? It was Alvarez. Brilliant touch to keep the ball in play. He's playing very, very well, isn't he? He's a top player, Alvarez. He's got a big future ahead of him. Here's Messi. Travels with the ball. Goes past one. Just glides across the pitch. Argentina, they're very, very comfortable now. Really effortless for them. And now they're just nipping the ball around. Can't get close to him. And like I said, I feel like the game is over. A lot of space here. A bit of a shot, sloppy pass though. Messi recovers it. Sandro Martinez. Fernandez to Otamendi. Victor says, do yellow cards carry over to the next game? They absolutely do. Even if Australia were to get through, they've got a couple of people that would be missing games. So maybe Argentina need to be a bit careful in case some people get suspended. Here comes Messi. Oh, still travelling. Oh, he thought he was going to go all the way. Here's Messi once again. Messi. Oh, corner. I tell you what he knows as well. He nearly rolled back the years there with that one. He just glided through. This nearly went through the entire team. Unbelievable, man. His close ball control is probably the best ever. It really is. Just literally, it just goes like that. And the ball never leaves his foot. It's incredible to watch. He just walks through players. And remember as well, this isn't even Messi at his peak. This is Messi on the decline. It's incredible. Goes short, corner goes short by Rodrigo de Paul to Messi. Paul puts the ball back in. Header nearly back post. But 65 minutes gone. Argentina 2, Australia 0. Goals from Messi and Alvarez. And again, Argentina look to be joining the Netherlands in the quarterfinals of the FIFA 2022 World Cup out there in Qatar. Here's Lisandro Martinez. Acuna. Plays a 1-2 with Messi. Acuna, ball into the box. It's a great ball. Oh, it's Alvarez. He's annoyed with himself. I tell you what, from Acuna, that is a fantastic ball from deep. Whips it across the box. He's so nasty. If they get a touch on it, they score. Rodrigo de Paul, Messi, over the bar. That is a brilliant ball. Are they going to show it from Acuna? No, they show the Messi shot, of course. It's miles over the bar. Skies it. But the ball from Acuna was fantastic. They're really, really comfortable, Argentina, now. They want the ball. They want to press a bit more. Their passing's much sharper. Australia looked defeated. And now it's the point where if you're the Argentina coach, it's a case of, okay, do I take players off? Do I start resting them? Or do we want to send a message? Because you feel like at this point, Argentina could get more goals and they could really send a message here and get some much needed momentum going as they progress through the tournament. It's a free kick, though, to Australia. And look, if Australia managed to get a goal from a set piece or something like that, anything's possible and anything can and maybe will happen. So that's what they'll be looking for, realistically. It's a free kick. Argentina line across the edge of their box. Craig Goodwin's going to take. Puts the ball in. And their delivery, I think today, and again, this is when I go back to, they've had this quite a lot today, Argentina. They've had some, Argentina, I keep doing that, Australia. Their delivery has been poor. They've overhit crosses. Angel Di Maria is singing on the bench. It's 50-50 there, but leads to an Argentina throw-in. It was the Butcher of Manchester wins the throw for Argentina. Is Enzo Fernandez. Puts the ball out wide. Molina. Be sure to smash a like on the like button as well, folks. And subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. All that lovely stuff. But still, I must say, as an England fan watching this, still as an England fan, I look at Argentina and I say to myself, I'm still not massively worried or concerned. Uncle M with the super chat says, so Owen, Messi or Ronaldo? You know what, I've always, and even with the stuff that's happened recently, that doesn't change my mind on this. I'm not a bitter person, and I try not to hold grudges. I've always said Ronaldo, and I will continue always to say Ronaldo. It's a foul by Acuna. I've always said Ronaldo because I've always appreciated the hard work. I've always appreciated the dedication. I think Lionel Messi is the way more gifted footballer. The fact he's still able to do what he does at his age with just sort of God-given talent and ability is frankly phenomenal. You do have to appreciate with Cristiano Ronaldo that, of course, he's an incredibly talented player, but what he's been able to do throughout his career is because of hard work and dedication. He works harder than most other people, and his ego, as much as it's almost toxic, has driven him to achieve the things that he has, and that is entirely commendable. I've always said Ronaldo because, again, I think he's been a more complete player. But we are incredibly fortunate. I know I consider myself incredibly fortunate to have lived through this generation of two of the greatest players of all time that exist at the same time. The records that they've achieved, I just don't think will be beat. And I know records are there to be beaten, but so many incredible records by two fantastic players. We've been incredibly fortunate to watch them both, and it's bizarre to me, frankly, when you go on social media, if you criticize Ronaldo, and he deserves a ton of criticism for his behavior over the last 6 months. That means you're a hater. You hate Ronaldo. I don't hate anyone. Messi, you know, or if Ronaldo misses, it's Messi would never. Or if Ronaldo scores, or if Messi misses, it's, you know, Pessi, or, you know, Ronaldo would score that. I just find it bizarre. I really do find it as absolutely bizarre. Steffi Jenks says, does Messi not work as hard though? Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if you hear the stories about that. I think Messi's got more God-given natural ability than Cristiano Ronaldo. I do. Divide says Ronaldo the more complete player, really? I do believe that. I do. And I think also as well, I think you have to appreciate with Ronaldo his ability to adapt during his career too. Remember, he was a winger for many years. And he's only been playing as a striker for the last sort of 5 years-ish? Maybe a bit longer than that. So, but look, it's a debate that no one will ever win. You'll never be able to change people's minds. It's subjective. And it's just that. It's based on opinion, isn't it? They're both astronomical. They really are. I'd argue that Messi's better than Ronaldo now. Absolutely. I think Ronaldo's decline actually in the last 6 months has actually been quite staggering, to be honest with you. Because last season he did all right for United, scored goals, no doubt about that. But this season, even when he played, and even when he's been playing for Portugal, he got hooked off against South Korea because he was poor. So I think he's absolutely declined, and it can happen that quickly with players. Martinez. Oh. Lautaro Martinez, who's just come on, by the way. Nearly was through on goal there. Cab says, Owen, how are you? Should we get Lautaro Martinez? First of all, I'm very well. Thank you for asking. Hope you're doing well, Cabs. Should we get Lautaro Martinez? I've seen him a couple of times in this World Cup. I haven't been massively impressed with him, I must be said. I don't think we'll go for that big striking option until the summer. But I'm not sure he's that guy, to be honest with you. Red Baron with a super chat. Appreciate the contribution as always. Says, I'm a United fan. I've always thought Messi is the better player. But I think it's also subjective as well. I prefer smaller, intricate players. And look, and that's just it. That's really just it. I think it's a very subjective topic and point. Clearly, we're talking about two of the greatest players to ever walk the planet. There is an obsession with who's better than whom, or who's won more, and all that kind of stuff. So, no, people will have their minds made up, and they won't be convinced. There are very good arguments either way, aren't there? You know, and it's very strange, isn't it, that we sort of live in this world where you'll say that, you go, oh, Messi or Ronaldo, and if they go Ronaldo, they'll be like, what? Or if they go Messi, go, you're crazy. It's like, isn't it easier just to say, well, fair enough. You know, civilized debate is gone. But nearly over 74 minutes gone. Still 2-0 to Argentina. And Australia look to be a beaten team at this point. And Argentina look to be going into the quarterfinals. So who would they play, Argentina? Do we know this? Do we know who they'll play in terms of the winner of which match they're going to play? Can we see? I want to see a current sort of bracket. Tagliafico strikes, it goes wide. Let me see if I can get this up. 2002 FIFA World Cup. I want to find the bracket. There we go. So, if Argentina win, which they looks like they'll face the Netherlands. Whoa! Well, now that will be a game. Argentina versus the Netherlands. Who do we think wins that one? I think the Dutch beat them quite comfortably, actually. I think the Netherlands beat Argentina. I really do. I've been more impressed with the Netherlands and Louis van Gaal this evening than I have been with Argentina. Obviously, look, they've got Messi, they've got good players that show up, but I think the Netherlands win. I really do. I think Louis van Gaal will be looking at that team this evening, this Argentina side, and say, we can do them. He'll have ways to counteract them, and to be honest, he'd probably be happy to play as he did against the US earlier on. I think he'd say, we'll let him have the ball again, and we just counterattack him and pick him off. Easy. HBT appreciates contribution with the super chat. Says, I cheer for West Ham because of my dad. R.I.P. Dad. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. about your dad. But always good to keep the lineage on. Oh, it's deflected. It's in. It's in. It's 2-1. Wow, 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 wow. We've got a game on our hands because let's not talk about the Netherlands versus Argentina just yet because it's 2-1. Oh my. Oh my. That came out of nowhere. Oh my. A deflection, a goal, and maybe the Socceroos might just be back in this one. Ooh. It's come out of nothing. Look at this. Just takes a pot shot. It's a massive deflection. Who does it come off? I'm not sure who that comes off. It doesn't really matter because it's in the net and it's 2-1. Look at this. Bang. Well, there you go. It's come off Fernandez. Enzo Fernandez. And now. Oh. Australia, go for it. Go for it. Can they come from down under to equalise and score a goal? And now suddenly we might have a bit of a game on our hands. 13 minutes left per stoppage time. Look at me. Shame on me. I was looking too far ahead. I was talking about the Netherlands versus Argentina. They're not even through yet. Anything's possible. That's karma straight away. That's the universe telling me, well, okay, Owen, focus on the now. Focus on the moment. Don't focus on the future. You can't write the future. So this could be exciting. Wow, 2-1. Again, we're about 12 minutes or so plus stoppage time. And anything's possible. I think Australia have deserved their goal, to be fair. Because I thought first half they played quite well. Second half, they just shot themselves in the foot. Here's Messi. And let's see if this confidence that Argentina had can find themselves again. Messi, bit of space. About 25 yards out. Puts it out wide to Tagliafico. Once again, finding Messi. Edge of the box. Tagliafico, it's space. Good tackle. Good tackle. Good defending. And it's offside in the end. Good defending by Australia. HPT says, keep talking about Argentina versus the Netherlands and maybe we'll get another one. Hey, it's a good point, actually. I do think the Dutch would beat Argentina too. And you know what? I hope with that goal that Angel Di Maria stops singing. Did you see him? He was tapping a bottle on the dugout being like, don't be disrespectful. Not that would stop him drinking the bottle. McAllister and Molina are off though. Palacios and Montiel are on. Palacios, of course, of Bayer Leverkusen. And Montiel plays for Sevilla in La Liga. But we're going to be heading into the final 10 minutes of this one. And Australia are still in it. Australia, just get a set piece. Get a set piece, get an opportunity. That's a nice flick. Oh, I just hoofed that up the pitch. What's your touch like? Not good. But they've got it back. Bajic, he's still travelling with it. Go on. He's still going. Bajic. Oh my God. Deflection. Oh. It was nearly one of the best goals you've ever seen in World Cup history. He runs all the way. And who is it? Who is it? It's Lisandro effing Martinez with the last ditch block. It's an unbelievable block from the Butcher. It's an unbelievable run from Australia. Oh my goodness. Lisandro, the Butcher. Oh, you put your cleaver right into my heart and taken it out. Oh, what a block that is. Lisandro Martinez. Why is he not starting this game? Ball in from the corner. Edge of the box. Take a shot, man. Curls it. Oh, just over the top. Oh, I thought we were going to see one of the greatest World Cup goals. It was Maradona-esque. Look at him. He runs the whole, goes past two players, past three. He nearly went past three players and scored. It would have been unbelievable. And the Butcher just comes in. No thanks. Otamendi, you're shit. He was rubbish. diving in. What's he doing playing? The nerve of starting Otamendi over Lisandro Martinez is a joke. He's rubbish. And Lisandro saves him after just completely selling himself. What a joke. Seriously, why is Lisandro Martinez not playing or starting the game? He's playing now, obviously, come on. Oh, ridiculous. Martinez just wins a header. That's got to be a foul. Australia. Come on, the Aussies. Let's get to extra time. We want pens. Mike says Leacher is top class. He really is. And it's not even Manchester United bias. He's just a quality player. I don't understand this whole thing of him constantly just being written off. He's quality. And he has saved his country there. And whilst it's a fantastic run from the Australian player, it's really just poor defending from Otamendi. That last one, he just sows himself completely. The butcher doing his butchering best. Emi Martinez is doing some time wasting. It'll be added on. And we've got, 7.5 minutes remaining, plus some stoppage time, no doubt about it. And Australia coming into this one. The Argentina coach is trying to say to his side, keep pressing. But they're dropping. It's not a foul, ref. You don't give a foul. Ah, shocker. Shocker, he's rolling around. Who is that? I bet it's Romero. You waste time, it'll be added on. They're doing it in this tournament. Barely a foul. Barely a foul in the back of him. Ridiculous. It's going to be added on. It'll be added on. Times have changed. Why do we need to know the spin rate of the ball? They're showing Messi's goal. They're showing the spin rate. 10.7 RPMs. And to be honest, the more time they waste, they're just putting themselves under more pressure, to be honest with you. If it's not added on, that's a joke. Look at that. 789 career goals in 1,000 appearances. That is insane. That is insane. A record. My goodness. Header by Irvine. You do get the feeling there might be one more opportunity. He'll be offside. He's got to be offside. They put the flag up. Yeah, he was definitely offside. JB says, I've never seen Leacher rolling on the floor. No doubt. But this game feels like it's just come to life a little bit with that Australia goal. Is there something in it? Here come Australia again. Bit of space to go into. Where's your quality? Oh, you tried to do too much. It was one back. This time, I believe it was Enzo Fernandez, yeah. And has Fernandez gone down now? He's back up on his feet. Here's Martinez. Good defending. Get up. It's not a foul. Get up, Martinez. Moy puts his foot through it. Good touch, that. From the Australian centre-forward. Qual does really well. I think he's going to Newcastle, they were saying. Qual. Ball over the top. Goes out for a throw into Argentina, but not in the best area. Now you would say pen him in, squeeze him in. Inside the final 5, there will be time added on, certainly, because Argentina have decided to try and waste a lot of time here. Tagliafico with the throw-in. Oh, look at him. Asking the linesman, is it here? Do I take it here? All the tricks in the book. They've got to win the ball back here. It's a free kick. I tell you what, Argentina are going into full time wasting mode at this point. Australia have scored a goal, and then Argentina have now just suddenly been like, we're going to go down every 2 seconds. This is a real test, I think, of how much of this new time added on stuff, because they've kind of dialed it back a little bit in the last few games. So now is the time to see, are they going to actually add proper time on? There's Argentina. Rodrigo de Paul. They're just trying to keep the ball. They're trying to literally hold the ball in one place. Australia's got to win it back and don't get too rattled. De Paul, Moy, Irvine gives the ball away again. They've done that so many times today. Messi. It's Tagliafico. Rodrigo de Paul. Romero. Argentina's playing a game of keep ball at the moment. Australia's got to try and get it back. Rodrigo de Paul. I'll tell you if this is a goal. Martinez. Ooh, that should be a goal kick. If that was a goal, it would have been a great goal. It would have been brilliant. But it's an Australia goal kick. Is there one more chance? As KG always says, believe. Always got to believe. Irvine. Australia got to find something. Coming into 2 minutes of regular time remaining. We still don't know how much time is going to be added on. They just need something. Oh, it's poor again. Moy's lost the ball. He's looking leggy. Here comes Argentina. It's Messi. Messi keeps running. It's going to be... Oh, Martinez. What a miss. Lautaro Martinez has absolutely skied it from about 10 yards out over the bar. Messi does all the work. He runs. He brings in every single Australian player. Gives it to Martinez. Skies it. And he looks at the ground. Oh, wow. What a miss. Now, I tell you now, if Australia score, they're going to look back at that and say, what a miss. Can Australia make it count? That was a chance. Do you believe? Not share in life after love. Do you believe in Australia scoring a goal? They've got a throw in. They're going to go long. Long throw into the box. Flick on. Oh! Ball's up in the air. Where's it going? Oh, it's a great collect. It's a great catch by Martinez. Oh, now he's down. He's hurt his calf. Get up, man. Get up. Look at him. Emi Martinez. Look at him. He's still on the floor. It will be added on. It's going to be added on. It should be added on anyway. If it's not, it's a joke. Like if we have a situation where it's like, oh, there's 2 minutes of added on time or 3 minutes, you'd be like, well, that's a joke. With what they've done in the last 10 minutes, it should be at least 6 or 7, I think. Oh, really? Since Australia scored that goal, the ball's not barely been in play that much. Martinez takes the kick. How long have we got? And it's 7 minutes added on. Well done. Well done, the officials. Good officiating, good timekeeping. Goes to show, if you're going to be like that, Argentina, then it's just going to be added on. Here's Lautaro Martinez. Karasic does really well. Be sure to smash a like on the like button, folks. Let's see what we're on at the moment. We're on 177, so that's 23 likes away from 200. If you haven't already, click that like button. Let's see if we can get to 200 before the end of this match. We could be going into extra time if Australia can find a goal. But Argentina keep a hold of the ball. Oh, Messi did. Messi just literally vanished 2 players like they weren't there. Crowd chanting Messi. Of course, huge Argentinian support in there. De Paul. He's being proper gobby, isn't he? Rodrigo De Paul. AB says the math is on fire. You know me. That kind of quick arithmetic. We're only 9 away now. 9 likes away from 200. Wow, look at you guys go. You're rapid, folks. 9 away. You could be the 200th if you haven't done it just yet. Ryan goes on with a goal kick. Suter, the big man, the big centre-back. He is up front now. 6'6". Of course, whoever wins this match will face the Netherlands in the quarterfinals. At the moment, it's going to be Argentina. At the moment, Argentina will be facing the Netherlands. And I think, obviously, Louis van Gaal would prefer it to be Australia, or prefer whoever his opponent be, to go through extra time. At the moment, that's not the case. Messi, he's got options. De Paul to his right. Martinez to his left. Martinez, great save by Ryan. Proper save, that is. And still Martinez is yet to find a goal at a World Cup. Messi, I tell you what, Messi in the second half has been brilliant. He really has. Here's Moy. Australia just can't keep the ball. Every time they get it back, they just... McLaren. They're just... It's got... Oh, kept it on. Rodrigo De Paul kept it on. Does really well. Here's Messi again. Oh, he's gone past Moy. Here's Messi. He's in the Australia box. Messi! Oh, it's not far away. It's not far away. I thought he just whipped it in the top corner. Oh, it's not far. It's really not far as well. He has been absolutely brilliant. It must be said, Messi. He's been the best Argentinian player on the pitch. Oh, it's a little nudge there on Suter. They're going long, Australia, but it's not working at the moment. Here's Messi, who's really just come to life in this stoppage time. Here's Messi. Gives it back to Rodrigo De Paul. Here's De Paul again. Paul, oh, cuts it across goal, nearly to Martinez. Blocked. Desperate defending by Australia. Man, they can't even get the ball back. Fernandez. Glacios. Messi. Blocked. Martinez. Deflecting. Oh, what a save by Ryder. Messi scuffs the shot wide. Still Australia in it, but it's last-ditch defending stuff by Australia. They can't get the ball up the pitch. Oh, he scuffs it and he knows it. It's a good save by Ryan, actually. He's wrong-footed. The deflection sends him the wrong way. And Messi misses the opportunity. Australia still trying to pump the ball up the pitch. I tell you what, Suter, who is that won that header? Because I tell you now, it's not Alessandro Martinez, is it? I didn't think it was. But Suter's gone up the pitch. He's not won a header. Ball whipped in. Headed in towards Suter. Otamendi wins it. Bajic, it might be a high foot. Rodrigo De Paul. Moy puts out for a throw-in. I think Argentina might just have done enough. I mean, really, since they put their centre-back up front, Australia, the long balls haven't worked at all, actually. They probably should have stuck to what they were doing. And listen to that audience. Listen to that crowd. And the thing is, when you're talking about Messi, it is an audience because he performs. He really does. But we're about, what? 90 seconds remaining. Just over 90 seconds. Plus any other time the ref wants to add on. Ryan with the long ball up the pitch. Australia do win that header. And it's cleared up the pitch by Romero. I mean, Australia, leaving their balls up the pitch. Have it! A Peter Kay kick from Argentina there. We're just going to enter what would appear to be the final minute of stoppage time. Ryan puts the ball up the pitch. Suter still hasn't won a header up front. Karatic with a really lofted ball. Back in from Goodwin. McLaren, it's bouncing around in that box. Tagliafico, the clearance only goes as far as Karasic. That's a good pass. Australia, can he put the ball? Back post. Oh, it's just headed out. Montiel. Australia, can he put the ball in? Good win, it's not good enough. Otamendi heads it away. Moy wins it back off Messi though. Australia, can they get the ball in? Nearly in. Oh, can he turn him? Oh, Martinez makes a save. That was the one. The 18-year-old, nearly with the last kick of the game. He nearly had it. I thought that was it. It's a good save as well from Emi Martinez. He rushes out to him, and it's just enough. It's just enough. It's a great save. Really spreads himself wide. Strong left arm by Martinez. I thought that was the one. And the entire team basically celebrates with Martinez. It's like a goal. It really is like a goal for Argentina. And that might be it. Here come Argentina again. He's going to be offside. And that's it. Argentina are through to the quarterfinals. Lionel Messi, and is going to do everything he can of emanating Diego Maradona 36 years ago. And hopefully he hopes in his final tournament, or his final World Cup seemingly, will win the World Cup of his country. It's still on. They have booked their quarterfinal place. It is going to be the Netherlands versus Argentina in the quarterfinals of the FIFA 2022 World Cup. And I tell you what, for a game in the first half that looked a little bit boring, a little bit dull, that game did come into life. And Australia, they can hold their heads up high. They did well. They battled towards the final minute. But ultimately, they shot themselves in the foot. That's what they did. They shot themselves in the foot. A mistake from their goalkeeper, Matt Ryan, is the difference. Messi was fantastic. Messi, when it matters on the biggest stage possible, on his 1,000th game of his career, scores the goal and just plays absolutely fantastically. And there you go. As I mentioned, Argentina are through to the quarterfinals. And what a quarterfinal tie that is. The Netherlands versus Argentina as well. That's going to be proper. And to be honest with you, I think the Netherlands will go into that one as the favourites. I really do. I think they'll go into that one feeling confident. I think they'll look at Argentina, who, to be honest, after they went 2-0 up in that half, played better. They played better football after they went 2-0 up. But in the first half, I didn't think they played particularly well. But Lionel Messi, as always, as expected, was fantastic. Julian Alvarez, I thought, played very well too. Lisandro Martinez not starting is a joke. Frankly, is an absolute joke. When he came on, people forget Lisandro Martinez saved his country in this game, because at one point in that second half, you had an Australian player that beat 3 players. Otamendi sold his soul to the devil when he flew past that Australian player, and in reality, it was Lisandro Martinez that really made the save there. So look, Argentina are through just by the skin of their teeth. I think Australia, for a team that hadn't made the knockout stages of a World Cup since 2006, I think really can hold their heads up high. I thought they did really well. Obviously, they're the inferior team. Obviously, they're not as good as their opponent. Obviously, their players aren't as good as the Argentinian players. But also, I think they really fought hard there. And look at the crowd. Look at them. It basically was a home game for Argentina out there in Qatar, because the entire stadium is filled with Argentinian fans, and they've got there in the end. But it really does set up really, truly a mouth-watering tie against the Netherlands on December 9th. That being, 6 days away. Friday, it will be a proper quality World Cup tie of the Netherlands versus Argentina. Of course, we'll be covering that live here on United View. I'll be with you once again. I'll be with you once again tomorrow for the next 2 games in the last 16. France versus Poland, and then, of course, the big one tomorrow evening, England versus Senegal. Fingers crossed England can make their way into the quarterfinals and maybe book a quarterfinal tie against either France or Poland. We'll hopefully get there. Be sure to smash a like on the like button, folks. Be sure to subscribe as well, bottom right-hand corner. As I mentioned, plenty of UV coverage coming up over the next couple of weeks. We've got obviously all of the World Cup covered for you with these kind of remote match views. Next week as well, pre-season, the mid-season friendlies begin for Manchester United. We're playing Cadiz out in Spain, as well as Real Betis. Wednesday, Saturday, we'll have live match views inside UV HQ with a full panel of people. So now's the time to subscribe, bottom right hand corner. Click the notification bell. You'll be notified whenever we do go live too. Plus, we've got plenty of Manchester United news, transfer news, rumours, etc. still coming out when it comes to the ownership and transfers. So be sure to subscribe. Click the notification bell. You'll be notified every time we go live or a video is uploaded. I'm out of here. I appreciate you all joining me this evening. Have a good one. And I'll see you again tomorrow. Argentina through to the quarterfinals.